What's going on? Back again, JD the Sports Guy. I told you I had 2 episodes today. First episode, I debated whether the Dream Team of the 2012 was better than the Dream Team, the original. So, if you want to know the answer to that and what I think about that, go back to that video. This video here is about the Freeh Report. Joe Paterno, Jerry Sandusky, Spanier, Schultz, Curley. Basically, what's coming out about this report is now. Wait, before I even get into that, it's said that when Joe Paterno passed away, everybody was saying how he knew nothing and how the only thing that he didn't do was pass up the material of what he found to the police. That he didn't know what was really going on, and that he had passed it up to his superiors, and and that was that. And he should have done more. And that was the position that I had held when I first heard the story. And then the Freeh Report comes out, and I've been listening to the radio this entire week about this Freeh Report, and it's basically saying that these four guys knew that this Sandusky had been molesting children for 14 years. The original report said that in 1998 they had found something out, and they did nothing about it. It was a cover up from the very top, and that Joe Paterno, not only did he know, but he had the power to do something about it. In 2001, McCreary, a then 28-year-old man, saw Jerry Sandusky in an inappropriate position with an 11-year-old, a 12-year-old boy, and all he could think of to do was to tell Joe Paterno. Now, I understand that Michael McCreary had played for Sandusky, and he was his coach, and there was a certain level of respect. So it was not like, I'm just going to go and tell because, he had a lot of respect for this man, and, I understand where that plays a part. But in the same vein, you're a 28-year-old man. And if you're a 28-year-old man and you see a grown man naked in the shower with some grown little boy, why on earth would you not go to the police? I don't understand how that doesn't make any sense, especially when you see that after, a couple months that nothing's being done. The dude is still on campus with his little charity. The dude is still on campus, okay? Now, you got Joe Paterno who found out about this thing, and he still doesn't do anything except for take it to Graham Spanier, he takes it to Gary Schultz, takes it to Tim Curley. But the fact of the matter is that when these guys found out what he had done, or when Mike McCreary told him in 2001, it wasn't even new news to them because they already knew what happened in 1998, and they still did nothing about it. Basically, this was about four guys who let a monster roam on campus to protect themselves, and they thought that they were protecting the school and the reputation of the school. But that's not even close to what happened because the school is damaged. I mean, the damage is going to be irreparable for at least a few years. Paterno didn't want to put bad publicity on the school. Well, there's nothing but bad publicity in the school. I mean, and think about the victims. They showed no concern for the victims whatsoever. Now, one doesn't just wake up one day and say, I think today I'm going to molest a 10-year-old kid. No, Sandusky was sick. And not like, what his lawyers try to say where he has some kind of disease. No, he didn't have a disease, okay? The dude was mentally sick in the head. Because that's the only way that you can get away with wanting to touch children. I mean, what in the world will make you want to do that? But then, to sit there and to actually let this guy go free, four grown men. We're not talking about little kids. We're not talking about young people, which you can kind of excuse for McCreary. We're not talking about dudes like, we're talking about 50, 60, 70-year-old men who had decided that their positions on campus was more important than the lives of little kids. What I think needs to be done, and what I think would have happened, is if Joe Paterno did not pass, he should have been arrested. And I really hope that the rest of those three guys get arrested too. Because this is inexcusable. You got four grown men. Four grown men. and all they can think about is the school. If they wanted to save the school so bad, then what they should have done was in 1998, they should have actually not only fired Sandusky, but they should have also sent him to the police. Because that would have made us think like, oh my goodness, man, these guys, they really care about the reputation of the school. These are some really good dudes. No, no, these guys aren't good. They're evil. I don't care what anybody has to say about Joe Paterno. Sure, I wasn't there, and neither were you. Okay? Joe Paterno is somebody who should not be praised for what he's done on the football field. Because, be honest with you, this has nothing to do with football. And that's all he seemed to care about was football. Life is bigger than football. Life is bigger than athletic collegiate scholarships and athletic collegiate players. It's bigger than that. I mean, we're talking about people that will be scarred for the rest of their natural lives. So I really hope that they're arrested, all of them, and I hope that they receive like like whatever punishment they can get legally, and definitely take down the statue. Definitely take down the statue. You can't, I mean, you don't have to remove it from the premises. Like put it in somewhere in the school, put it somewhere in there because you don't want to, just take away from everything that this guy's done. Not just being a football player, football coach. But you don't want to take away from the mistake that he made. You want it to be a cautionary lesson that even no matter how good you do in one area, you have to be good in the whole area, especially when things that matter. I mean, he took care of the football field, but in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter. How did you let those kids get molested? Especially when you knew what was going on for 14 years? For 14 years. So, Joe Paterno should not be celebrated as a great coach. Or if he wants to be celebrated as a great, or if people want to celebrate him and defend him as a great coach, certainly can't defend him and say he's a great man. 14 years. We're talking about a decade and some. So no, can't be considered a great man. Neither can Gary Schultz, Tim Curley, and Graham Spanier. All those guys should get arrested. They should all be put on trial just like Jerry Sandusky. And the school itself, they should probably, suspend the football program or whatever for at least a year or two. Okay, not permanently. They should do something to help the students that are already there with scholarships or whatever. They should help them go into another school so they don't get their lives messed up. But to show the world, to show America, to show Pennsylvania, to show the victims of the family that you care more about them than you do your own selves, they should definitely suspend football for a little bit. Okay, nobody should be playing any games because this is bigger than games. This isn't like 9/11 when sports finally came back. It was good because it helped us get our minds off of things. This is not that type of thing. Okay, we need to have our minds on this, and other athletics programs should also, take note and see that you can't just concentrate on one thing. You can't just let people roam free, especially when you know that there's something wrong that they're doing. Anyway, that's all I got to say about that matter. I can go on forever about that, but I don't want to because it's just too deep. It makes me upset. Anyway, this is JD the Sports Guy. All right, you're listening to my YouTube channel. Check me out on Facebook, jdthesportsguy.com, or Facebook at /JD the Sports Guy, twitter.com /JD the Sports Guy. If you got any questions, want to email me, hit me up at jdthesportsguy@yahoo.com. All right, that's enough for this edition, and I'll talk to you guys later.